Assalamu alaikum. Many of us feel overwhelmed when it comes to calculating our zakat. And if you've missed zakat in previous years, you might feel even more anxious about figuring it all out. Today, we're breaking it down into simple steps that anyone can follow. Whether you're a student with a savings account, a business owner with complex assets, or someone who's never calculated zakat before. But before we dive in, let's understand 3 essential terms that form the foundation of zakat. First are the assets. Assets are wealth you own that have value, like money in your bank account, gold jewelry, or inventory in your business. The second term is nisab. Nisab is the minimum amount of wealth you need to have before you become zakat obligatory. It's Allah's way of ensuring zakat is only required for those who can afford to give, even if their assets is not with them of the time of their anniversary. Think of nisab as a threshold. If your wealth is below the threshold, you're exempted from paying zakat. The current nisab amount can be found on the National Zakat Foundation website, but it's approximately 85 grams of pure gold or 595 grams of silver. Scholars generally recommend using the silver nisab as it's more inclusive and ensures more people benefit from zakat's purification. Also, more beneficiaries benefit. The third term is hawl, or the zakat anniversary. For most types of wealth, you need to have possessed wealth above the nisab for 1 full lunar year before zakat becomes due. This isn't a calendar year, but a lunar year, approximately 354 days. Now for the big question, which of your assets are actually subject to zakat? Based on Islamic principles, zakatable assets generally have 2 features. The first is lawful, halal. The wealth must be acquired through lawful means. The second is complete ownership. The wealth must be fully and exclusively owned by its possessor. The third is growth. The wealth must be increasing or capable of growth, such as livestock that reproduce, crops that yield produce, or assets that increase in value. Business goods intended for sales are considered zakatable. Let's break down the main asset categories. If you have the following: money in bank accounts, cash in hand, money set aside for any purpose, or foreign currencies, all of these are zakatable at 2.5%. If you've had them for a full lunar year over the nisab threshold. Golds and silvers. If you own the following: jewelry, whether worn or not, according to the Hanafi madhab. Gold and silver coins or bars. Gold or silver items, even mixed with other materials. Calculate the purity of gold by multiplying the weight of the mixed gold by 0.875 for 21 karat gold and by 0.75 for 18 karat gold. For silver, calculate purity by multiplying the total weight by the ratio of the pure silver to the total material. According to the Hanafi school, and one opinion within the Shafi'i school, all gold and silver is zakatable, whether worn regularly or stored. Other scholars such as the Maliki school, the Hanbali school, and other opinions within the Shafi'i school exempt jewelry that is worn regularly. However, unused jewelry is considered zakatable by consensus. Business assets. So if you run a business and you have the following: cash in business accounts, money people owe your business, inventory and stock meant for sales, raw materials for products you sell, they are all zakatable. However, the following business assets are not zakatable: equipment and machinery, furniture and fixtures, buildings and property used for business operations, vehicle used for businesses. Property. The general principle is that there is no zakat on property itself. However, if you bought property specifically to sell is for profit, it's zakatable. If you're renting out property, the rental income becomes zakatable after 1 lunar hijri year has passed and the amount has reached the nisab. Your personal home is not zakatable. Debts and liabilities. Do you get to deduct them from your zakat? Well, not all debts become deductible from your zakatable assets. However, you can deduct the following: current outstanding bills and expenses from living, arrears and overdue payments. You cannot deduct the following: future expenses, next month's rent, unlawful income like interest. Lending money. If the debtor is poor or a wealthy evader, the debt is deducted from your zakatable wealth, and zakat is paid for 1 year only upon collection. If the debtor is wealthy and cooperative, the debt is not deducted. In this case, you have the option to pay zakat each year or for all the missed years upon collection. Superannuation, retirement funds. For compulsory super contributions you can't access yet, pay zakat once upon collection, 2.5% per Maliki view. To be safe, follow Shafi'i and Imam Ahmad views. Pay 2.5% yearly or retroactively for each lunar year upon collection if nisab was maintained. Exclude interest from zakat by removing it by donating it to the Muslim community, not mosques. For super, you can access, through special schemes, calculate 2.5% every lunar year. Exclude interest from your zakat by removing it by donating it to Muslim communities, not mosques. For extracted super, when you withdraw it, pay zakat once upon first receipt if nisab is met, as per the Maliki opinion. To be safe, follow the Shafi'i and Imam Ahmad view, where zakat is due retroactively for each year if nisab was held. After that, treat it like any other savings. Now that we know what assets are zakatable, what's the best way to run the numbers? One particular way to manage your zakat is to establish a zakat anniversary, a specific day each year where you calculate and pay your zakat. Many Muslims choose a date in Ramadan as their zakat anniversary because of the following. It's a blessed month where rewards are multiplied, it's easier to remember, and you're always in a spiritual mindset. On your zakat anniversary, you can simply add up all your zakatable assets, subtract eligible debts, and calculate 2.5% of the amount. That's it. Now, many of us realize we have missed paying zakat properly in the past. This might be because of the following. You didn't understand you were zakat eligible to pay, you miscalculated the amount, you forgot your zakat anniversary, or you didn't consider assets like jewelry or business inventories. If you've missed your zakat payments, here's what you can do. Number 1, identify which years you've missed payments despite being above nisab. Number 2, make your best estimations of your zakatable assets for those years. Number 3, calculate 2.5% of the amount. Number 4, pay the missed zakat as soon as possible, as it remains a debt to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala until paid. Remember, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala appreciates your sincerity in fulfilling this obligation. So even if your calculations for past years didn't feel perfect, try your best and inshallah He will accept. This basic principle is super simple. 2.5% of your eligible wealth once a year. Check out our National Zakat Foundation website for tools to make this even easier. Calculators, current nisab values, and experts for those tricky situations. In our next video, we'll explore how zakat is distributed and why it matters so much. See you there.